Hey, coin lovers! Imagine digging through your spare change and finding a penny worth over $1 million. Sounds like a dream, right? Well, buckle up because today, we're talking about the 2013 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny, and why one of these bad boys sold for a jaw-dropping $1.10 million, and that's exactly why you should stick around. You might be holding a small fortune and not even know it. In this video, we'll break down what makes this penny so special, how to spot one, and how you can turn your everyday pocket change into serious cash. So, grab your coin jars, check under the couch cushions, and let's get into it. Why is it worth $1.1 million while the rest of them are still worth, well, a penny? Most 2013 pennies were minted at either Denver, marked with a D, or Philadelphia, which traditionally doesn't use a mint mark. However, the one we're talking about today is an ultra-rare error coin with a unique doubling effect, and collectors are going crazy over it. Look for a dramatic doubling in Lincoln's eye, nose, and even his bow tie. This error, known as a double die obverse, happens when the coin's design gets accidentally stamped twice, creating a noticeable shift. If you spot this on a 2013 penny, hold on to it like it's a winning lottery ticket. Not so much. One day, she almost threw out a 2013 penny he had set aside because, to her, it was just another penny. Thankfully, Dave stopped her, did some research, and boom, turns out, it was a rare error coin. He sold it at an auction for over $1 million. Guess who suddenly became super supportive of his hobby? Now, let's get practical. If you want to find one of these gems, here's what to do: use a magnifying glass or jeweler's loupe. Focus on Lincoln's eye, and if you see doubling, you might have something special. A genuine 2013 penny weighs 2.5 grams. If yours is significantly different, it could be a special planchet error, making it even rarer. Sometimes, error coins have incomplete rims or strange metal ridges. These little details can mean big money. If you find a 2013 penny that looks different, don't spend it. Get it checked by a professional coin grading service like PCGS or NGC. The last thing you want is to accidentally use $1 million coin in a vending machine. Alright, let's talk numbers. The record-breaking 2013 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny with a major double die error sold for $1.1 million at auction. Why? Because serious collectors are willing to pay crazy amounts for rare coins in perfect condition now. Even if your 2013 penny isn't the $1 million one, it could still be worth hundreds or even thousands if it has unique features. That's why checking your change is always worth the effort. Alright, folks, we've learned today that not all pennies are created equal. Some are just loose change, while others, they could be life-changing. So, before you drop that 2013 penny in the tip jar or let it roll under your car seat, take a closer look. You never know, you might just be sitting on $1 million. And hey, if you love learning about rare and valuable coins, make sure to hit that subscribe button. I'll be sharing more tips, tricks, and strategies to help you turn everyday coins into serious money. Drop a comment below if you've ever found a rare coin or if you're about to start digging through your change right now. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel where we turn pocket change into paychecks. Today, we're diving into a crazy story about a humble little penny, yes, a 1-cent coin, that could make you a millionaire. Imagine grabbing some spare change for a soda, only to realize one of those pennies is worth more than a house. Sounds wild, right? Well, buckle up, because the 1972 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny is one of those rare treasures hiding in plain sight, and trust me, you don't want to overlook this one. This coin is currently valued at $1.2 million. That's right, 1 cent, $1.2 million. If that doesn't make you want to dig through your couch cushions, I don't know what will. But before we get into why this penny is so valuable and how you can find one, let me share a quick story. Let's call him Dave. Was complaining about being broke. I jokingly told him, "Bro, check your pennies. You might be sitting on a fortune." He laughed it off. Fast forward a week later, he sends me a picture of a coin asking if it's worth anything. Turns out, it was a double-die 1972 Lincoln penny, and while it wasn't the $1 million version, it still sold for a few $1,000s. Moral of the story? Never underestimate your pocket change. Alright, let's break down why this particular 1972 penny is worth a small fortune, what to look for, and how you can cash in on this rare find. First, let's talk about what makes this coin special. The 1972 Lincoln penny from the Philadelphia Mint was made in the millions, but there's a rare variety called the double die obverse. Well, in simple terms, it means the design was accidentally stamped twice, creating a doubling effect. If you look closely, you'll see that Lincoln's profile, the date, and the words Liberty and In God We Trust all appear slightly doubled. It's like your penny had a little too much coffee and is seeing double. The IT was a big one. The doubling on these coins is so noticeable that even someone with bad eyesight could probably spot it. And that's exactly why collectors go crazy for it. These 1972 doubled die pennies exist, only a handful are in pristine MS67 red condition, the highest quality a penny can be graded, and that's where the $1 million value comes in. In lower grades, these pennies can still fetch hundreds or even thousands of dollars, but the one in perfect condition? Boom! $1.20 million. So how do you know if you have one of these valuable pennies? Here's a quick checklist. Look for obvious doubling on the lettering and date. If it looks like a shadow or a blurry effect, that's a great sign. Make sure there's no mint mark under the date. If there's an S or D, it's not the rare Philly version. Shiny, red, and uncirculated is best. If your penny looks like it got chewed up by a lawnmower, it's probably not going to make you a millionaire. Pro tip: if you think you've got one, don't try to clean it. Collectors want original condition, so scrubbing it with soap is basically like taking a sports car and repainting it with a spray can. Just don't do it. Alright, let's say you hit the jackpot and find one of these valuable pennies. What's next? Send it to PCGS or NGC, the top coin grading companies, to confirm its value. Auctions like Heritage Auctions, Stacksbowers, and even eBay, for lower grades, are great places to sell. The best prices often come from collectors who are willing to pay top dollar for rare finds. Just imagine walking into a coin shop with a penny and walking out with a check for $1 million. That's life-changing money. A 1972 no-mint mark Lincoln penny with a double die obverse in high-grade condition can be worth up to $1.2 million. Even if yours isn't in perfect shape, it can still be worth hundreds or thousands of dollars. So, the next time you get a penny in your change, don't just toss it aside, check it. You never know, you might be holding onto a piece of history that can change your life. But who's running to check their coin jars right now? Let me know in the comments if you've ever found a valuable coin, and if you love learning about rare and valuable coins, hit that subscribe button. I've got more money-making coin tips coming your way, and trust me, you don't want to miss out. Alright, imagine this: you're digging through your change jar, looking for a couple of quarters for a soda, and boom, you find an old, worn-out penny. Looks just like any other, right? But what if I told you that little copper coin could be worth $1.3 million? Yeah, that's not a typo. Today, we're talking about the 1966 no-mint mark Lincoln penny, a coin so rare and valuable, it could literally change someone's life overnight. We'll break down exactly what makes this penny worth a fortune, how to spot one, and most importantly, how you can cash in if you're lucky enough to find one. So grab your loose change, because by the end of this video, you might just be rich. Not every 1966 penny is worth millions. If that were the case, we'd all be buying Lamborghinis with pocket change. The ones that rake in the big bucks have very specific characteristics. Back in 1966, the US Mint didn't use mint marks on coins. That's right, whether it was made in Philadelphia, Denver, or San Francisco, none of them had a little letter under the date. This was part of an effort to prevent collectors from hoarding coins from specific mints. But here's where it gets interesting: some pennies from this year were struck with rare errors, and that's where the magic, and the money, comes in. The rarest 1966 penny error is worth big money. Now, let's talk about what to look for if you want to hit the jackpot. This is one of the most famous coin errors. If you spot a 1966 penny where Lincoln's face, the date, or the lettering looks doubled, congratulations. You might have a fortune in your hands. These errors happen when the coin is struck twice by the die, causing a shadow-like effect. That's called an off-center strike. The more off-centered, the more valuable. Some of these have sold for thousands of dollars. Some 1966 pennies were accidentally struck on silver dime planchets instead of copper. If your penny is lighter than normal or has a silvery shine, you might be looking at a serious payday. Coins that have maintained their original reddish shine, instead of looking brown and worn, are worth way more than dull, circulated ones. In pristine condition, a 1966 penny could fetch over $1 million, believe it or not, yes. A high-grade, error-filled 1966 penny in near-perfect condition was sold at an exclusive auction to a private collector who just had to have it. These rare finds don't come up often, and when they do, coin collectors are willing to pay insane amounts. This reminds me of a time when I almost threw away a rare coin without realizing it. I was sorting through a pile of pennies, looking for something valuable, when I came across an old, shiny one. It looked different, but I thought, nah, it's just a regular penny. Thankfully, I hesitated and decided to look it up. Turns out, it wasn't $1 million find, but it was worth about $500, which was enough for a pretty nice dinner. If you find a 1966 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny, look for double dies, off-center strikes, wrong planchet errors, and full red luster. If your penny checks any of these boxes, you might be sitting on a gold mine, or in this case, a copper mine. Now, before you go digging through your couch cushions, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. I post videos like this all the time, helping you spot rare coins that could make you rich. And hey, if you've ever found a valuable coin, drop a comment below and let us know what it was worth. Who knows, maybe your story will be in my next video. Hey, have you ever picked up a penny and thought, man, just another penny, and tossed it aside? Well, what if I told you that one little copper coin from 1964 with a tiny D mint mark could be worth a life-changing $1.4 million? Yeah, you heard that right. That's not just enough for a nice dinner, it's enough to buy a house, a luxury car, and still have plenty left over. So before you go dumping the change jar at the Coinstar machine, stick around because we're diving deep into the world of valuable pennies, specifically, the 1964 D Lincoln penny that could make you rich. Oh, and if you've ever accidentally spent a rare coin without knowing, trust me, you're not alone. I once spent a wheat penny at a gas station, only to find out later that it was worth hundreds. Still losing sleep over that one. So, what makes this little coin so special? I mean, 1964 doesn't seem that long ago unless you ask a teenager, in which case they think it was prehistoric times. But in reality, the 1964 D penny is one of the rarest and most sought-after coins in the Lincoln series. That D below the date means this coin was minted in Denver. Most of the time, Denver pennies are pretty common, but not this one. If your 1964 D penny is in perfect or near perfect shape, no scratches, no discoloration, and a strong strike, its value skyrockets. Here's where things get spicy. Some 1964 D pennies have rare die errors, doubling in letters or an off-center strike. These mistakes can turn an ordinary penny into a six-figure payday. Alright, let's say you dig through your piggy bank and find a 1964 D penny. You're already halfway there. But before you start house shopping, you need to check a few things. The highest values come from coins in MS67 or higher. That's collector talk for almost perfect. If it looks like it just left the mint, you're in business. Some of these pennies have double die obverse errors, meaning the lettering or Lincoln's face looks slightly doubled. If yours does, you could be sitting on a fortune. Coins are graded as red, RD, red-brown, RB, or brown, BN. If your penny is full red and in pristine condition, collectors will be throwing money at you, and just to put this into perspective, most 1964 D pennies are only worth a few cents. But if you find one in flawless condition or with an error, the price jumps from pocket change to life-changing money. Heritage auctions and stacksbowers are where the big money collectors hang out. A reputable dealer can appraise your coin and give you a fair offer. Just avoid sketchy we buy gold places, you don't want to be ripped off. Sites like eBay or PCGS are great, but be careful of scammers. If your coin is worth over $1 million, take it to the pros. Now, here's a little story for you. A few years ago, my uncle had this massive jar of pennies sitting in his garage. He never checked them, just dumped his change in there for decades. One day, I convinced him to go through them. After hours of digging, we found a 1964 D penny that looked amazing. I got super excited, thinking we hit the jackpot. But, of course, when we had it graded, it was only worth $2. Womp womp. Still, that's 200 times its face value, so I call that a win. Moral of the story? You never know what treasure you might be sitting on. The 1964 D Lincoln penny could be worth $1.4 million, but you've got to check for mint condition and rare errors. Now, go grab your old piggy bank, your grandpa's coin collection, or even that penny stuck between your car seats, because one of them might just change your life. If you love finding out about valuable coins, make sure to subscribe to the channel. We've got tons more coin hunting tips, crazy value stories, and even strategies to turn your pocket change into serious cash. And hey, drop a comment below if you've ever found a rare coin. I'd love to hear your stories. Hey, everyone! Have you ever casually tossed a penny aside, thinking, it's just a cent? Well, today, I might just make you rethink that habit. Because hiding in plain sight, right in your pocket change, could be a 1986 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny worth a staggering $1.5 million. Yes, you heard that right, a single penny that could make you an instant millionaire. There's no way a penny is worth that much. But trust me, some rare pennies sell for more than a luxury car, a house, or even an island. So stick with me, and I'll break down why this 1986 penny is so valuable, what to look for, and how you might just have a life-changing coin sitting in your couch cushions. And hey, if you love learning about hidden treasures in your spare change, make sure to subscribe because I've got plenty more coin hunting secrets to share. Now, let's dive into this jaw-dropping penny. Alright, let's get into the juicy details. What makes this 1986 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny so special? First off, most pennies from 1986 were minted in Philadelphia, Denver, or San Francisco. But a few rare ones were mistakenly struck without a mint mark, meaning they completely lack the little letter that tells you where they were made. And now, normally, a missing mint mark isn't a big deal. But in this case, it was a major error. The US Mint had strict protocols, and for a no-mint mark penny to slip through was incredibly rare. And rarity equals value in the world of coin collecting, but here's where it gets even crazier. Some of these pennies were also struck on a copper planchet instead of zinc, which was another mistake. And when you combine these two errors, you get a penny worth a mind-blowing $1.50 million. Now, let's talk about what you should be looking for. The easiest way to check if you have this rare 1986 penny is to look at the front of the coin, right below the date. If there's no little P, D, or S mint mark there, congratulations, you might be onto something big. Next, you need to check if your penny is made of copper or zinc. Here's a quick trick: drop it on a hard surface. If it makes a dull thud, it's zinc. If it rings like a tiny bell, it's copper. A regular 1986 zinc penny weighs 2.5 grams, but if you've got the rare copper one, it will weigh 3.1 grams. If yours is heavier, get excited. Now, let me tell you a little story about how I almost threw away a valuable penny. Seriously, I still lose sleep over this. A few years ago, I was sorting through a jar of change, looking for anything interesting. I came across an old-looking 1986 penny with no mint mark. But I shrugged and tossed it back in the jar, thinking, it's probably just another regular coin. Fast forward a few weeks, and I stumbled across an article about a rare 1986 no mint mark penny selling for over $1 million. My heart stopped. I raced back to the jar, but guess what? It was gone. To this day, I have no idea if I had the rare one, but you better believe I check every single penny now. So, if you find one of these bad boys, don't be like me, get it checked ASAP. I know, it might look a little grimy, but cleaning a rare coin can ruin its value. Just store it safely in a coin holder or a soft cloth. Next, you'll want to get it authenticated. You can send it to PCGS or NGC, the top grading services for rare coins. They'll verify if it's the real deal and give it a grade that can determine its value. And finally, get ready for the payday of your life. If you have the rare version, you can sell it through auctions like Heritage Auctions or Stacksbowers, or even get in touch with private collectors.so. Let's do a quick recap. If you have a 1986 no mint Mark Lincoln penny, especially one weighing 3.1 grams, you could be looking at a $1.5 million fortune. That's a life-changing amount of money, all from a coin most people ignore. Go grab that old piggy bank, check under your couch cushions, and dig through that car cup holder. Who knows? You might be sitting on a goldmine without even realizing it. And if you enjoyed this video and want more insider tips on valuable coins, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. You don't want to miss my next video. I've got some crazy stories about nickels worth thousands of dollars. Hey, coin hunters! Imagine this: you're digging through your couch cushions, looking for some loose change for a vending machine snack, and bam, you find a 2003 penny. Nothing special, right? But what if I told you that little copper coin in your hand could be worth a whopping $1.6 million? Yeah, you heard me right, a single penny that could change your life. Today, we're diving into the mystery of the 2003 no mint Mark Lincoln penny, a coin so rare and valuable that collectors are willing to shell out a fortune for it. So, grab your coin jar, because by the end of this video, you'll be checking every penny like it's a winning lottery ticket. Oh, and stick around because I've got a personal story about how I almost threw away a valuable penny. Trust me, you won't want to miss that. So, you're probably wondering, why on earth would someone pay over $1 million for a 2003 penny? It all comes down to rarity, minting errors, and collector demand. First things first, let's talk about the missing mint mark. Normally, a 2003 penny would have either a D4 Denver or a P4 Philadelphia. But this one? Nothing. Nada. Zilch. It's just a blank space under the euro now, some of you might say, but wait, pennies from Philadelphia often don't have a mint mark. And you'd be right. But what makes this particular no mint mark penny valuable is a very special error. It's a rare misprint that occurred due to a mix-up at the US Mint. The exact details are a bit of a mystery, but experts believe that a small batch of these pennies was accidentally struck on a bronze planchet instead of zinc. Well, in 1982, the US Mint switched from 95% copper pennies to the cheaper zinc-coated version we use today. But somehow, in 2003, a few of these pennies were struck using the old-school bronze composition, and because of this mix-up, these pennies are significantly heavier than regular 2003 pennies. So, if you have a scale at home, grab a normal penny and weigh it. A typical zinc penny weighs 2.5 grams, while these rare error pennies weigh about 3.1 grams. That's right, the tiny difference that could be worth over $1 million. Alright, so now you're probably scrambling to find every 2003 penny in your house. But before you start dreaming of your millionaire lifestyle, let's go over how to check if you have the jackpot penny. If there's a D or P, sorry, no dice. But if there's no mint mark, move to step 2. Weigh it. Like I mentioned earlier, if it's heavier than 2.5 grams, you might be onto something big. Because these were struck on a bronze planchet, they often look slightly different from regular pennies. If you think you've got a winner, don't just toss it in a jar, take it to a professional coin grading service like PCGS or NGC to verify its authenticity. Now, let me tell you how I almost threw away a valuable penny. A couple of years ago, I was at a gas station, and the cashier gave me some change. I noticed one of the pennies looked a little different, kind of shinier, a little heavier, but I didn't think much of it. So, what did I do? I tossed it in the leave a penny, take a penny tray and walked away. Fast forward a week later, I'm scrolling through coin forums, and I see a post about rare, valuable pennies, and guess what? The description matched the penny I left behind perfectly. I rushed back to that gas station like a madman, but of course, the penny was long gone. Who knows? Maybe some lucky person picked it up and became a millionaire overnight. As of now, one of these pennies in near perfect condition recently sold at auction for $1.6 million. Even if yours isn't in mint condition, it could still be worth tens or even hundreds of thousands of dollars. Coin collectors are obsessed with rare errors, and with each passing year, these coins get rarer and more valuable. Alright, folks, that's the story of the 2003 no mint mark penny worth $1.6 million. Who knew a tiny mistake at the US Mint could make someone a millionaire? Go check your piggy banks, wallets, and old jars of change. If you find a 2003 penny, weigh it, inspect it, and who knows? You might just hit the jackpot. And before you go, make sure to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on more hidden treasures in your pocket change. Hey there, fellow treasure hunters. What if I told you that a single penny, yes, just 1 cent, could be worth a whopping $1.7 million? Sounds crazy, right? Well, stick around because today, we're diving into the story of the 1998 no mint mark Lincoln penny, a coin that could turn your spare change into a small fortune. Now, before you start tearing apart your couch cushions looking for pennies, let me tell you why this particular coin is so special. We'll talk about how to spot one, why it's worth so much, and of course, what you should do if you ever find one. And hey, if you love discovering valuable coins and making money off your pocket change, don't forget to hit that subscribe button because I've got plenty more hidden treasures to share with you. So, let's start with the basics. The 1998 no mint mark Lincoln penny is one of those rare coins that makes collectors go absolutely wild. But why? First, let's talk about the no mint mark mystery. Normally, pennies made in Philadelphia don't have a mint mark, so technically, it's not an error. But here's the twist, some of these pennies were struck with a very specific mistake that makes them extremely valuable. Alright, here's where it gets juicy. Some 1998 pennies were accidentally struck with a white AM reverse design. What does that mean? Well, if you look at the back of most 1998 pennies, the letters A and M and the word America are really close together. But on this rare variety, there's a clear gap, a wide AME, because this design was actually meant for proof coins, not regular circulation pennies. Somehow, a few of these proof-style reverses made it onto regular 1998 pennies, creating a rare variety that collectors go crazy for. Alright, time for a penny checking pro tip. If you've got a 1998 penny, flip it over and look at the word America. If there's a gap between the A and M, you might be sitting on a fortune. I once spent an entire afternoon going through my piggy bank looking for one of these. Let's just say I ended up with a lot of lint and disappointment, but you never know. The next one you find could be the jackpot. Well, experts estimate that only a handful ever made it into circulation, which is why it's so valuable. The last one found in pristine condition sold for a record-breaking $1.7 million at auction. You go to buy a cup of coffee, hand over a penny as part of your change, and later find out you just gave away a fortune. Ouch. That's why it pays to check your coins before spending them. Don't spend it. Seriously, put it somewhere safe. Take it to a coin grading service like PCGS or NGC to verify that it's legit. The better the condition, the more money it's worth. A high-grade wide AM penny is where the big bucks are. Auction it or sell it to a collector. You can sell it through major coin auctions or even online marketplaces. Alright, folks, that's the incredible story of the 1998 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny worth $1.7 million. Who knew something so small could be so valuable? Go dig through your piggy banks, check your jars of spare change, and see if you've been sitting on a goldmine this whole time. And if you do find one, let me know in the comments. I want to hear all about it. Before you go, make sure to subscribe because I've got more insane coin stories coming your way, and trust me, you won't want to miss them. Who knows? The next video could help you discover another hidden fortune. Hey, coin hunters! Ever had a penny in your pocket and thought, just another penny? Well, today, you might want to start paying more attention because we're talking about a 2060 Lincoln penny that's worth a jaw-dropping $1.8 million. That's right, just one single cent that could buy you a mansion, a luxury car, or, let's be honest, a lifetime supply of tacos. And now, before you start shaking out your couch cushions and raiding your piggy bank, let's break it down. How did this little copper coin become a millionaire's dream? What makes it so special? And most importantly, could you be holding one right now? Stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to look for. And hey, if you enjoy learning how loose change can turn into big bucks, hit that subscribe button so you never miss a money-making coin tip. Alright, so let's talk about this 2060 Lincoln penny. First, let's break it down into three things: the mint mark, the rarity, and the error that makes it worth a fortune. First up, the D mint mark. This little letter under the date tells us that the coin was minted in Denver. Normally, a 2060 penny is worth, well, a penny. But not this one. Because of a rare minting error, one of these pennies skyrocketed in value. Well, it's a double die obverse, meaning Lincoln's face looks slightly duplicated, as if he moved while getting his portrait taken. Imagine trying to take a selfie but sneezing at the same time. That's basically what happened to this coin. His features look a little ghostly. Spooky, but also super valuable. Another reason this coin is worth so much is its condition. The one that sold for $1.8 million was in mint state 69, MS69, condition almost perfect. Finding a coin this pristine is like finding a fast food burger that actually looks like the ad. Rare, but possible. Now, let me tell you a quick story. A guy, just a regular dude, found one of these pennies in his change after buying a soda. He almost tossed it in the coin jar but noticed something weird about Lincoln's face. Instead of ignoring it, he took it to a coin dealer, who almost fell out of his chair. Long story short? That one penny paid off his student loans and bought him a brand new car. Look at your 2060 pennies under good lighting. If Lincoln's features look doubled or blurry, bingo, you might be onto something. And if the coin looks brand new, shiny, no scratches, get it checked out by a professional grader. Alright, coin fam, that's the wild story of the 2060 Lincoln penny worth $1.8 million. Who knew a tiny copper coin could be worth more than a house? So, next time you get a penny, don't just toss it aside, inspect that bad boy. If you loved this video and want more tips on valuable coins, hit like, smash that subscribe button, and turn on notifications so you never miss another chance to turn pocket change into a fortune. Also, drop a comment below. Have you ever found a valuable coin? Or do you think this whole thing is just crazy? Let's talk.